Close your eyes. Listen. The shore is awake before you are. The ocean breathes in, the wind exhales out, and between them there is a silence that asks a question. What if something impossible happens this week? Lord, I come to this morning with the ache of what I cannot control. Some tides rise without warning. Some nights refuse to end. Yet even here, you whisper through the rhythm of the sea that no storm is final, no depth beyond your reach. The psalmist once cried from the waters and found you walking above them. If you could part the sea, you can part this fear. If you command the tide, you can steady my heart. So before the waves speak, I open my soul to listen. I surrender the noise, the hurry, the hidden weight I carried here. If you believe peace can rise before the sun today, write it below. I believe something impossible can happen this week. Amen. Lowered heart, open hands, learning holy quiet. Lord, teach me the weight of stillness, the kind that doesn't demand answers but trusts that you are already working within the silence. I quiet my thoughts like waves settling after the storm, and in that soft hush I feel your nearness, closer than breath, deeper than thought. The world moves fast, shouting that rest is weakness. But here, in this sacred pause, I learn that peace is power. The psalm says, I have calmed and quieted my soul, like a child with its mother. That is how I want to wait, held, not hurried. I open my hands now, unclenching fear, releasing what I cannot fix. If you call me to move, I will move. If you ask me to stay, I will stay. Let my strength be born from surrender, my clarity from trust. This moment is not empty. It is holy ground between what was and what will be. Amen. Cry above the current, asking for the impossible in stillness. Lord, I stand at the water's edge with a quiet that aches. The tide pulls hard, and so do the worries I cannot name. I will not shout to prove my faith. I will breathe and ask you here where silence holds me steady. Stretch your hand beneath the surface no one sees. Do the impossible in the places I cannot reach. I remember Asaph's cry. When he could not sleep, he said, I will recall your wonders. I do the same now. The waters saw you and trembled. Let these waves learn your voice again. Calm what rages outside and still what storms within. If a path must open, split the sea. If a heart must soften, warm it like dawn. If I must wait, make waiting worship. I lift this prayer above the current. Move, even quietly, and I will keep my soul like a child, held, trusting, unafraid. Amen. Deep calls to deep, memory, miracle, and the childlike soul. There are waves older than our fear, and beneath them a voice that never ages. When Asaph could not sleep, he did not argue with the dark. He reached for memory. He named your wonders one by one until the night learned his prayer. He remembered how the waters saw you and trembled, how your path was through the sea and your footprints were unseen, and faith rose like a shoreline after storm. I learn the same rhythm now. I let memory become oar and anchor. I write down rescues, rehearse your faithfulness, breathe your name until panic loses air. And then I answer with the childlike hush of Psalm 131, my soul calmed and quieted, not empty, held. Deep calls to deep. My yesterday calls courage into today. Your silence is not absence. It is artistry. I will remember, and I will rest. Amen. When the wind calms, turning turbulence into trust. Lord, the gust that rattled the mast is easing, and I can hear my own breath again. The waves still rise, but their roar no longer owns my name. In this gentler air, I lay down the bargains I made with fear and lift the quiet yes you've been waiting for. If the storm taught me anything, it is this: trust grows ribs in the wind. I bless the pauses that felt like punishment and now look like protection. I bless the closed channels that steered me from reefs I could not see. Speak to what still churns within me. Peace, be patient. Heart, be held. Turn my vigilance into vigilance for your voice, not for disaster. Deep calls to deep, and I answer with childlike stillness. I choose to row at your pace, not panic's. I believe the current of mercy is already carrying me shoreward. This is my turn. From turbulence to trust. From bracing to believing. Amen. Tide rhythm. Daily practices of surrender and rest. Surrender is not a single wave. It is the tide returning again and again until the shoreline of the soul is reshaped by peace. I choose a rhythm that keeps me low and light, faithful and unhurried, moving with your current instead of my own momentum. At first light, I place my day in your hands and say, "You are my calm." I keep a short verse near my lips and let it answer hurry with hope. I pause before decisions, listening for the whisper, not the wind. I trade scrolling for a slow walk, naming mercies aloud, one by one. I practice hidden kindness that no one records but heaven. I schedule breath, 2 minutes of holy quiet when noise swells. I release what I cannot fix at midday and again at dusk. I end with an exam. Where did I resist? Where did I rest? These are not chores. They are oars. Each small obedience rows me into deeper trust. When worry rises, I return to the rhythm, lower the heart, open the hands. Let the tide of grace pull me home. Amen. Markers on the water, signs, gentle guidance and peace. Lord, I slow my breath and watch the surface for your quiet markers. I do not ask for thunder. I ask for true north. Let peace be the buoy that stays when waves pass. Let unrest be the rope that tells me not this way yet. Give me signs that fit your word, humble, timely, undeniable without theatrics. If a door is wrong, let it resist me with mercy. If a path is yours, let it welcome me with a steady yes. Appoint simple confirmations. A verse that brightens like shoreline. Counsel carrying your tone. A delay that shields more than it withholds. Keep me from reading coincidence as command. Teach me to love your cadence more than my clock. Calm my soul like a weaned child with its mother held, not hurried. Train my eyes to notice small compass points, the softened reply, the unexpected rest, the courage to move once more. Here is my prayer upon the water. Guide me gently, ground me deeply, keep me in your peace. Amen. The quiet after the storm, from petition to testimony. Lord, the sea has settled and my breathing matches the hush. What began as a plea at the shoreline has become a steady witness. You were in the wind, and you are in the calm. I bless the hours that felt empty. They trained my trust. I bless the delays. They steered me from reefs I could not see. Your path was through the waters, your footprints unseen, and yet my heart now knows the route by memory and mercy. To the one still watching the horizon, the miracle often begins beneath the surface. Keep your soul childlike, your hands open, your ear near. Deep still calls to deep. Rest is not retreat, it is reception. So I loop back to our first provocation. What if something impossible happens this week? I answer with a quiet shout. It has already started in the calm you gave me. If this met you, write it openly. The storm is over. The whisper leads me, amen.